Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning, online friends.
Good morning. Good morning.
Master Jane, Sergeant at Arms, and I welcome you all to the meeting number 573 of our Invictus Toastmasters Club. And I will guide you through core values, mission of Toastmaster, and followed by housekeeping rules. First, mission of Toastmaster. Mission of Toastmaster is to provide a positive and supportive learning environment to its members to develop their communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. And four shining core values of Toastmasters are integrity in every word, excellence in every effort, service to uplift one another, and last, respect for everyone and every voice. And now, let us first, to keep our meeting capacity and well managed, let us first dot the I's and cross the T's with a few housekeeping rules. Number one, as Toastmaster, we avoid discussing topics like sex, politics, and religion. We all have mobile phones. Please keep it on silent mode to avoid unnecessary distraction. Please refrain from speaking and moving around when someone is there delivering their speech and explaining any role. Online friends, please add DTM guest before your name and your role next to it for easy identification. And please mute your mic if you are not speaking, and please keep your camera on while you are speaking. Friends, if you have any technical problem, please feel free to contact our tech master or host of the meeting. And as this is a hybrid meeting, so please we must all ensure that our online friends feel equally seen, heard, and connected throughout the meeting. And clap after every performance, clap wholeheartedly, because appreciation is Toastmasters culture, and we all are Toastmasters. We have to follow this beautiful tradition. And handshake is a must here when coming on and off the stage, because first handshake means all the best, and second handshake means yes, well done. And now it is time to welcome our very dear presiding officer. She works as a medical content manager by day, and by evening she turns into a passionate research scholar. She recently completed her third master's in psychology with 100% marks and with a gold medal, and currently pursuing her second doctorate. And she is a voracious reader, and she is very punctual and disciplined about her reading. When someday she misses, she actually goes banana until she finishes the book. This shows how punctilious she is. So now please welcome our presiding officer, Toastmaster Dr. Sangeeta, with huge round of applause.
Well, at this moment, I'm not only very anxious, I am extremely caffeinated because I have not slept for 2 days. I had an Apple meeting yesterday. I arrived in Delhi at 9:33 a.m. in the morning and rushed to my home with some makeup so I don't look zombie here. Had a cup of coffee and ran, and therefore I am still feeling the jitters. But let me tell you, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
And welcome to the 573rd meeting of Invictus Toastmasters. I also want to thank Toastmaster Shireen for uprising my pressure so much, because when I hear about myself every week, I'm like, is it me or is it me? And yes, I read books sometimes only for escapism. For example, today I had to read a book while running so that my mind is away because of all the work. But the only thing that helps me is to see every one of you happy, because we all are growing together, and nothing is more better than looking everybody going on the same pace. And that is why today we have an educational module, because when I was rushing and running in the airport, I kept on evaluating myself. Why do I do this to myself? Why didn't I share with my EC team? I could have done online a lot of things. but no commendations were made. And when I come here, I hear so many commendations that it really makes me feel, okay, I am doing something okay. But thank you for boosting, and I'll not let more talks because we have an amazing session. So let's introduce our guests today because I can see a lot of guests. And thank you for coming in this hot and sultry weather because I know the heat wave is killing us. It's sorted, right?
No, of course.
Okay. I am giving you the duty to sort this because, yeah. Okay, so let's welcome our guests today. And I want the guests to come here and introduce themselves, what they do, and how they come to know about us. And I can also see online guests. Yes. So let's start with our first guest. Yes, Ms. Travis.
Hi everyone, this is Muskan Kansal. I've come from Ghaziabad. I have around 6 years of experience. I'm currently working with entity data in consulting. And I'm here to practice public speaking and those things which you cannot practice in remote jobs where you're working from. So this gives you an opportunity to connect with people and interact face to face. So yeah, that is all.
Yeah. We have another guest.
Hi guys, my name is Puru and I'm from Hardware. Currently, I'm working as a software developer, a freelance developer. So I get clients sometimes and sometimes I don't. So apart from that, I'm working as an entrepreneur. My latest venture is a social media application where you can share your dating stories, sort of, and people engage with it. And yeah.
And we have two other guests or three other guests. So yeah, yes, Pooja or yeah.
I am Sport Hotel and this is my third class as a guest. So I joined Invictus because of I am not confident in public speaking. So I'm usually hesitate to speak to express my ideas and in my professional life. That's why I joined Invictus. And my personal actually I am working with a media company. I am in the accounts department. And my hobbies are cooking food, make good food. I'm a good cook, and I always make happy to my wife to serve good food that it's me. Thank you.
Seems we will have a bottle of very soon. Yes, Pooja.
My name is I am Pooja. I have 15 years of experience. I work with products. My hobbies are listening to music and visiting new places. This is my third meeting as a guest.
And first of all, let's congratulate because they will be joining very soon. And in the next meeting, when they'll come as Toastmaster support and Toastmaster. Yes.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Tanish Bola, and this is my third meeting as a guest. And I'm an artist, a freelance artist. As same like him, sometimes I get work and sometimes not. So yeah, right now improving my skills. That's all.
And do we have any other guests? Okay, we all have an online guest, Dinesh. Could you introduce yourself?
Yeah, hi. So I have been here a couple of times earlier as well, and I'm from.
You are a little not audible. Could
I'm
you
not audible.
be louder?
Okay. Maybe okay. Maybe I can try another. Can you hear me? Hello.
Yeah. Could you speak now?
We can speak. We can.
Okay, Tajendra, you can hear me, is it?
I can hear you.
Okay, then.
Hello. Can we have a testing? Can you speak something?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm audible.
Let him speak.
Yeah, I'm Dinesh.
Okay. Okay, go on.
Okay, you can hear me. Fine. So, yeah, good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests. So, I have been here a couple of times earlier as well, and I'm very much liking this club. But I'm part of another Toastmaster club. I joined. You can hear me, right?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. So I'm part of Noida Toastmaster Club. I joined that recently because that is happening on Sunday, and that's where I'm free most of the time. But I'm very much liking this club, and I'm coming to this club whenever I'm getting time to do so. So yeah, that's all from my side.
Okay, thank you. This one, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
could you speak now?
Could you please repeat once? Actually, the voice was very low.
Okay.
So yeah, no,
Yes.
that's fine.
Yeah. So I'm. Yeah. Okay. Should I introduce myself again?
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
Okay, fine. So I'm Dinesh Goyal. I am from IT field, and I've been here in this club a couple of times earlier as well as a guest. And I recently joined Noida Toastmaster Club because that's happening on Sunday, and I'm free most of the time on Sunday. Saturday, I sometimes don't get time, so I couldn't join this club. But yeah, I'm liking this club very much. I'm liking the energy here, the structure here. So I'll be keep coming back here again and again. Thank you.
Thank you. And without any further ado, let's call our host because I cannot wait any further to have an amazing power-packed session. So let's call Toastmaster Shireen as the host of the meeting.
Hello, online friends, once again. So I'm Shireen, and it is my pleasure to host this meeting because this is a very special meeting because this meeting is filled with speaking, learning, evaluation, and encouragement. So this special meeting is divided into 3 segments. First is educational module by DTM Abhijit Roy, a charismatic and very talented person. Second is prepared speeches. Third is evaluation. So first, I would like to invite our guest. It is my privilege to introduce our education module speaker for today, Abhijit Roy. He is currently heading business development and strategy at Samsung Heavy Industries, India, and brings with him more than 16 years of professional experience across the Middle East, Africa, and Southeast Asia. A passionate Toastmaster since March 2018. He has earned several accolades in communication and leadership. He has mentored and sponsored more than 120 individuals in Toastmasters. He has delivered many keynote speeches and conducted several online and offline workshops across the world. Over the years, he has served in important Toastmaster roles, including training at club officers training program, contest chair, and chief judge. He has also been associated with multiple Toastmasters districts globally and has been honored with the prestigious Distinguished Toastmaster Award twice. He is known as great orator, an inspiring storyteller, a mentor, and a lifelong learner. Passionate about community building and inclusion, he is always eager to contribute and serve wherever needed. Dear Toastmasters and guests present here and joining online, please join me in giving a warm and enthusiastic round of applause for Toastmaster Abhijit.
Good morning. Let's get it loud. Good morning.
Good morning.
Online audience, good morning.
Good morning.
Fantastic. Well, if you should I connect this? Is it required?
Yuvraj, could you?
What kind of sharing, screen sharing?
Yeah, we can do that as well. Yuvraj, could you give the? Have you joined using the Zoom? Okay.
You want to share the PPT, right?
Yes. So you can
Yeah,
share
yeah.
the PPT.
Do we have the link? Is it like on I haven't. This is just on my desktop. So in case if it needs to be shown to the
We can show
offline
it offline audience, but I'm not sure how online audience will see that. No, so that's one thing.
Let's do
You-
this. We can share it because right now
Yeah.
we don't require this speaker.
and maybe you can join from this device as well and share the screen.
Yeah. Are you able to see the screen
I don't
online, people?
Maybe
No,
Not
Yeah.
yet.
You can join.
no, not visible.
Zoom on your system. I have it, but I don't have the network connectivity. We can give you the network connectivity, not an issue.
Yeah.
Also possible. Just bear with me for a couple of minutes. Maybe. What is it?
The password is 3550
Hmm.
5080.
Do you have the WhatsApp logged in or something?
Or you can share it to the host of the meeting and Yeah.
Meetings from here, right?
screen sharing option.
Yeah. So the meeting ID is is
No. Yuvraj is the host of
817 6381 8108. And the passcode is 924099. Well, you should be able to join. You can register it. Just register. Login. Oh, yeah. You need to log in.
Yeah.
Let me do one thing. Let me do it directly. And probably when you register,
You can
just-
register.
yeah, you can register. It will just ask your name, I guess. So then take much time. Yep. Oh. Yeah, you just write your name. It will register an email ID.
Yuvraj, after that, you have to give the host co-host access to Abhijit as well.
Because he'll be sharing his screen.
Yuvraj, we have to disconnect and connect again, or what?
Actually, they have disconnected. They will just connect
They will.
again.
Okay.
Got disconnected exactly around that time. Okay. Hi everyone present online. So sorry, we had power cut, so we lost all the connection and everything got disrupted. So sorry for that. Just we are setting up things. Just give us a moment. And thank you.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, thank you. I thought like most of you would have already left, but it's happy to see.
Yeah, but we completed our meeting.
Okay.
वो बंद हाँ अभी फाइव जी ओपन हो गया
I'll keep my hotspot on just for that. I'll remove this one.
ये वाला स्पीकर का नहीं आ रहा।
नहीं आ रहा
नहीं।
किस नाम से होता है
Okay, online members, could you speak anything?
Hello, can you hear
Hello,
me?
hello.
yes we
Yeah,
can
we
hear
can
you
hear.
can you please tell me?
Are we audible properly?
Yeah,
Yes, yes, you are audible.
Yeah.
Just share the screen.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Let's get this done.
We'll be sharing our screen. Yuvraj, can you make us the co-host?
Toastmaster Abhijit, do I need to make co-host or anyone else?
Abhijit, yeah.
Yes, I make him the co-host.
I can't see the option to share the screen. Record caption, record while setting. Share screen, yeah. Generally it is outside somewhere, but
Why it is not being shared?
it's not coming. Is our screen visible? Is anything
not
visible?
yet. Not yet.
No, no, no.
I think so that has been blocked. To block it. There is some tracker, so it has been blocked.
Okay, is it like your office setup or something? No. It's a personal laptop.
It's blocked.
Is it? Is it possible for you to share the PPT to us? Yeah,
So
we can connect in this room.
Best, I think best is that.
That would be the best thing. I'll just disconnect this one.
Yeah. What's the ID?
Invictus login.
you share it to me.
Email ID Invictus.
Sangeeta Sharma, not biochemist.
Is this your laptop now?
Suspicious.
Sangeeta Sharma.
Dot biochemist at gmail.com. नहीं आ रहा? It's wrong.
It's okay. We can.
Let's.
Yes.
Yuvraj,
Yes, Toastmaster Sangeeta.
I'm sharing you a PPT.
Yes.
Open it on your side.
Okay, just give me some time.
Shared, WhatsApp shared. Yes. Start, right? Start.
Okay, so reflecting back, good morning again. It's I think it's already good afternoon. So good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Fantastic. Now, Toastmaster Shireen invited me as an individual who would take you through a session which is called as educational workshop. But let me retweet a little bit. It's not going to be an educational workshop. So once you are able to see the screen, there is this word called educational word missing. It's just session. And it's nothing that I'm going to be training you, I'm going to be guiding. It's just about a fact of knowledge sharing which over the years that I have been able to learn, I have been able to implement, and I have been able to master it. That's the only thing that I'm going to be doing. Because whenever a person who probably would have been able to ace different versions of contests or segments of different Toastmasters activities, they do not really become champions. It's just about they do things differently. That's how I see it. If instead of me today, if somebody else who would have mastered the art of true evaluation would have been standing on this stage, would have done things differently than what I have done. So every person who is a member who is trying to showcase their talent in a different way brings in different value proposition. So I'm not going to be training you. Do not keep it in mind that whatever you are able to learn from this 30 minutes or so that's been given to me is something that you have to be binding on. It's just about an addition that you will get in terms of what you are already learning in this stage of Toastmasters. Simple. So that's the disclaimer. Do not keep things in mind that today whatever I'm going to be telling you is just about binding. It's all about just an addition to what you are learning already. So if you already see the slide, Toastmaster Yuvraj, can you share it so that the virtual set audience members can also see it and as well as the physical setup audience? All right. So if you see the screen, can everybody in the physical setup see the screen? Right. So if you see the title, read the title very carefully. The title says nothing about evaluations. It does not speak any volumes about evaluation. It just says reflections and refinements. I thought about it. Toastmaster Deepak reached out to me and said, what's going to be your title for your session? I did not say it's going to be an evaluation course. A lot of times people come up with ideas when they are doing sessions, they say evaluate to motivate, evaluate to evaluate. I'm not going to be taking a workshop on anything on evaluation. It's just about reflections. It's about refinements. The two parts. Now, when I talk about reflections, the basic mantra about what I have been able to learn is what I have seen through over the last 9 years and plus that I have traveled in the field of Toastmasters. Every single time when I was a guest, like we see a few guests out here, I was also a guest at some point in time. I came onto the stage, I gave my introduction, sat on the other side, participated in the table topics, spoke for only 30 seconds, and then went back. What I exactly did at that point of time is just take the first step. I mustered the courage, said that no, I'm going to be on stage someday, not to speak for that 30 seconds, but for 30 minutes exactly. That's what the session is going to be counting for. And trust me, that very day, the first day, I could not speak for 30 seconds. Today, if time allows, I can speak for 3 hours and even more without any preparation. It's only because of so-called reflections. If I see my journey, it's all about the feedback that I have received. I've been able to evaluate my own self. I've been given a number of feedback from different Toastmasters at different platforms in different ways. And that's how I've been able to learn it. I went back, saw myself into the mirror and saw what exactly needs to be changed. What is that extra one thing that I need to do to bring an additional change in my own journey of how I present myself. Today, even though I will be able to present and in this physical and the virtual setup, a lot of people will be eyeing on me saying that I'm going to be learning a lot. But let me tell you, what you all are going to learn, I'm going to be learning more. Because you all are going to be understanding of what I have learned over a period of time. 20 people in this physical as well as virtual room are going to be listening to one person. But one individual is going to get feedback from everyone. So I'm going to be learning even more. So that's the kind of thought that you all need to have in mind whenever you are coming onto the space. It's just not about what you share, it's all about what you learn. That's all about reflections and refinements. When you look back and when you evaluate your own journey, you meet a corporate serviceman You be a freelancer, you be a doctor, you be a student, you be an entrepreneur, do whatever in life. You are just about a simple housewife, do nothing. But still, there's always about refinements. You need to upgrade yourself. You need to enhance your skills to stand out from the rest of the audience. When I got down from the metro at Green Park Station this morning to come to this venue, I was just not one different person. I was among those so many people who got down. But how can I stand out? How can I stand out? Now, if today, if you go into an airport and you dash with a superstar, or probably celebrity or a sports Sachin or Shahrukh, everybody will be eyeing on. So what they did, they had their refinements in their life to stand out different. So in every walk of life and every field that you try and grow yourself, you need to do something different to stand out. And how you can do so is through the way of feedback that you get. Through the way of not just feedback within this community of Toastmasters, but in life also you need to define yourself. The more feedback you get, the better you become. Because at the end of the day, always remember it's just not about what kind of commendations, recommendations that you get. It's just not that 2 to 3 minutes, but it's even beyond that. So that's how you will be able to do better. Reflections and refinements, constructive feedback, and excellence in every evaluation. Now, let me ask you a question. I don't want to have this as 20 people, 20 into 2 people, 40 eyes just looking at this. I also have 4 eyes, 2 eyes this and 2 eyes. That's why I wore my glasses so that I can see even more than what you will see. Let me ask you a question. When you give feedback, you stand in this stage to either deliver a speech, participate in table topics, or do evaluation. Who is your target audience? What is your circle? Yes.
Obviously the target speaker, but I also try to take the entire audience as in my target audience. So the important members can have benefit out of it.
So when you do an evaluation, suppose you give feedback to someone who is your target audience, and you said that it's a speaker and it's the audience members as well. Okay, Aman, yeah. Aman has given a valid response, but there's still something missing. Who is so you need to know your KYC. You go to a bank, you said bank people you do that 1 year you have not been able to do any transactions, so you need to KYC. That's know your customer. But in this so-called platform of Toastmasters, it's again KYC. Know your circle. I say it that way. Know your circle. So I'm in a room. This is my closed environment. There are people who is a speaker. I'm an evaluator. There is. I'm giving you a hint. Okay, I'm going to give a speech which I'm going to be evaluating. I'm going to be evaluating in front of an audience. But what am I exactly missing out on?
As an evaluator, there would be someone who evaluate the response on the that also
Yes.
Risal.
Yes, Risal. Okay. So Risal is also very right. Aman and Risal, let's have a background of first for both of them. It's first is a speaker whose speech you're going to be evaluating. The second one is the audience in front of whom you will be giving feedback. But not to forget, it's also your own self. When you are giving any feedback to a speaker on the speech or any delivery that he or she is attempting, you at the same time you are giving that comfort not to the audience, not to the speaker, but also to yourself. First thing first, you have to consider yourself as an individual who is going to be speaking out and making a lot of difference in somebody's life. So if I target a lot of times, what happens I've seen people that my target speaker in a lot of contests or in speakers, my target speaker, my test speaker, I would only say that try and refrain those words called target speaker. You're not targeting the people, you're not testing your speaker. You need to give comfort to the individual whose speech you're evaluating. You need to give that kind of liberty that he or she feels welcome to come again and deliver. At the same time, it's just not about the speaker whose speech you're evaluating. It's just not about the audience, but at the same time, it is also about your own self. Yuvraj, can you go to the next slide? So, who are other key stakeholders in any evaluation? It is the speaker, the evaluator, and the audience. The three set of people who are going to be forming your circle. The third slide, please, Yuvraj. Okay. The basic do's and don'ts. Firstly, we will see what are the do's and what are the don'ts. As I said, that you need to think yourself as a speaker at the very first place. Because it's just not about a 5 to 7 minute speech which you are evaluating, but also a mini version of a speech which is 2 to 3 minutes, where you're taking time to come forward and giving your version of what you felt about the speech. So it's also something that you need to understand that you also are a speaker. So you have to consider yourself in the shoes of the speaker, and then you have to consider that yes, you are the one who is going to make or break anything when you are giving a. So it has to be something that you will have to understand that you are also a speaker at the very first place. KYC. Know your circle. I covered that. You first see the speaker, yourself, as well as the audience. Many a times, a speaker starts the speech and the evaluator straight away starts scribbling on their notebook. The moment the speaker starts, oh, let the speaker start. I know you are all excited to hear not full recommendations that come to this, but hold on to your nerves. Give some time to understand how the speaker exactly is handling. Because the moment the speech study, you have to connect to the dots. The eyes, as my writing said, those are screen. Eyes and the what was the other one? And the teeth. You have to connect that first. So basic thing is you have to start listening to the speech, and then only you can be able to grab hold of what needs to be said. Listen to the speech carefully. There's a hidden word which is listen. I did not say hear the speech. I mentioned listen to the speech carefully. Because my understanding was like this. If I need to hear the speech, it goes from here, enters from here, and it comes out from here. But if you listen to the speech, it goes but does not come out. It goes straight over the brain and hits. That this is the speech which has made an impact in me. The moment you get to understand the speech well enough, you will be able to get a very good right? Take notes as pointers. You do not have to write stories. It's about evaluation. It's not about the second speech. Do not write stories wherever you are trying to put down notes. Have important notes in the form of pointers or bullet points. That these are the areas the speaker really did well. These are the areas which needs slight bit of attention from the speaker's speech. Approach every specific statement with a positive mindset. Very important in the terms of those whenever you are giving evaluation. You might have had a fight at back home, either with your spouse, with siblings, with your parents, or the previous day, your Saturday morning, you have a meeting with investors, but Friday was a very, very bad day. You had some assignments to be lined up, your college, with your college students, all those college notes that you have to prepare, you are like, you have to discuss all the way from here. No, I don't care what the speaker speaks. I'm fully exhausted. I need to just keep my feet. No, you need to have a very positive outlook whenever you're entering into a room and you are in the role of evaluator. It's a very crucial role. If you're not having a positive outlook towards the member whom you're giving feedback, that member will lose motivation. Trust me, it's a very important factor. I've seen people having those nervous breakdowns whenever they have not got positive. But doesn't really mean that positive means everything is positive. You're there to let the person learn, not give them 5 stars or ticket caps or variables and then it's all job. No. Sometimes a little bit of pinch of salt is also important, but in a way where you don't just pour the entire packet of salt into the vegetables that you're making. Right? It needs a little bit of balance, needs so that. Personal touch to your feedback. Every speech needs to have a connection. The speaker is there to deliver a speech to connect with the audience. If a speaker is able to connect with the audience, you also need to connect with the speaker at the same time. Try and make the speaker understand that the speech that you delivered somewhere made an impact in me. That is why I feel so connected with your speech. Right? So that's how you have to give that personal touch to the speaker's speech so that the speaker feels, yes, I've done justice to the internet. I've done good enough to connect and inspire the audience, to connect with the audience. So you have to have a personal touch to the speech. Don'ts. Now moving to the don'ts. Share not what the speaker should be doing. And if you see here, I have specifically put a bold with the underline on the word called should. And why is that? Can anybody in this audience or in the virtual setup say why I have emphasized on the word called should and have made it bold and underlined? Any wild guesses? Nothing is wrong here.
They have their own perspective while they approach, and it is if we do not understand what their approach is. For example, there are certain times when the speaker will just move from left to right horizontally and not from front to back. And if we should say like you have to or you should be moving like that, that doesn't make sense because they must have thought about it.
Yes, right. And anyone else?
I think when we are using word like should, we are like enforcing something and that limits the creativity.
Okay.
Yes.
We should avoid just the long-handling tools and go an extra mile and, as you said, refine and how we can get it.
Yourself?
It's a really strong word by the evaluating and this speaker create the speech. Like say that he should do this only instead of doing that.
Right.
And therefore, we use the word could.
Yeah.
Makes. Anybody from the online setup? Yuvraj, Dinesh? Why the word should has an underline with a bold in it?
Actually, the should word is underlined because it means that it is if we add should while giving the evaluation, it means that we are pressuring the speaker to do like this and that. We are limiting his creativity and innovation. So, in the behalf of should, we can just he can do this to make the speech interesting. But adding should is mean that we are forcing him and pressuring him to act according to us. What I meant.
Okay, fair enough. So every answer that I've got to listen now is correct in their own ways of what you have understood. Now I'll give an subtle example. 3 years back, I was in a district conference, not district conference here, but I was being invited by district 92 in Bangalore while I was there from Noida, and traveled all the way to Bangalore for being a test speaker in a speech evaluation, district level speech evaluation conference, and delivered the speech by the Yes, what in a big so-called auditorium where there were 500, 600 people sitting right in front of me, I could sense that the speech was so emotional that almost if there was an audience of 500 people, 300 plus people took out their handkerchiefs and started. The speech had that content, that it was so very emotional, it was so very dramatic that the people could not control over their emotions. They broke out. And the feedback that I got from the contestants, listed contestants, was that it was a very good speech. It kind of connected, but you should have had the element of humor also imbibed in your speech. Now look at this face. Why? I'm not a humorous person. I'm a person who can make the entire, you can say, room filled with drama and emotions, and I can make people cry. But it's that not my behavior to make people laugh. Otherwise, probably I would have been into stand-up comedy or into a humorous speech. I cannot do it. I've tried that enough. I have been able to read through or gone through YouTube, but I cannot make people laugh at the very first place with my speeches. I've tried, but I'm not. My behavior doesn't say so. But I can make people cry anytime. Okay. So when one of the evaluators gave me this feedback that you should have imbibed a little bit of humor in your speech in pockets, that evaluator also used the word should have done it. But don't you think that's a little bit of a pressurizing? Give me an option. Had you got an opportunity to imbibe a little bit of humor in your speech, you could have seen the audience being on the other way around. It means that not just people would have people probably would have enjoyed the speech, laughing. One of the speeches, which is Muhammad Katani's speech, Words of Power. There were two elements. He made the audience laugh. He made the audience cry. Laugh. How many people have actually seen that video? Muhammad Katani's championship speech, Words of Power. Yes. Which was the humor element result? Where did the people laugh? Where did you laugh? Where did I laugh? A common one.
His son.
Yes. Scribbling. So Mohammad Katani is a Saudi Arabian. I've met him. I got the opportunity because that's where I started my journey as a Toastmaster way back in May 2018 when I was in the land of the Arabs, which is Saudi Arabia. And I got an opportunity to meet him. A wonderful individual, a great speaker. In his World Championship speech, he did highlight that it's how you make the other person change their behavior through the way of words. Words are so powerful. So he talked about his son, and his son was scribbling with his crayons on the wall. And he said, hey, stop. But when he said that, the son looked at him and he scribbled even more. He said, I'll do it. Stop me if you can. And people laughed at him. But when he said, son, you are a grown child now. And grown child won't do it. I mean, exact words are not obviously something that I'm able to say it right. But that's how it is. And then he stopped. People really enjoyed that. And which was the other way around where people got emotional. You also heard the speech. So which was that moment when you felt that it was an emotional element of the speech, which moment I'm telling you?
I'm just recalling the gist of it when like he says the like words have power and we should be very cautious and sometimes we can it can hurt the sentiments of other people if we don't use it wisely.
So there was an example. There was an instance in the life. Yes, Rifan. Yes. So there was a moment we talked about that. There was one of his friends. He wanted to do something and he did not get enough support from his father. And all of a sudden, he got so very exhausted thinking about that he's not getting that emotional support which he requires. He suffered. And he suffered so badly that nobody could save him. That was very emotional. I literally cried. The moment you see that video, you will be able to have that touch. There was humor, there was drama, there was emotions. So what I'm trying to say here is whenever you're giving any feedback to any speaker's speech that you get to listen, do not enforce on the word should. As Sangeeta rightly said, it can always be you can do it. Or I feel there's more to it. So I feel not everybody. It's not whether you want to implement, it's your call. Whether you don't want, it's again your call. I feel if it added more flavor towards the humorous part of it, it will be more impactful. Try not to, never begin with a negative approach. Whenever you start your evaluation, always why do we give commendations first? I have seen one such person in my life, entire life of those being those master, that he experimented with a RCC approach. Started with the recommendations first, then with the commendations. Nobody stops you from doing so, but why is it required to give the negative side of it at the very first? Why commendations first? Not required. Give the good side of it. What was the speech good about? What really went well? And then some of the areas which you can do effectively better. That's the one thing which is required. The third point was I cannot really see the screen. Is there any? The third important from the don'ts part of it is try not to keep
Speak outside.
try not to keep anything simple. Elaborate. Now, what do we mean by that? Try not to keep anything simple. Elaborate. Advice: if somebody comes on stage and tells me that as a speaker there was a lot of confidence breathing over the stage when the speaker was delivering the speech, is that good enough? I'm a confident speaker. I have been able to be a champion over so many years now, and I've come on the stage to deliver a confident speech. I've shown demonstrate confidence. But what did the evaluator see so that the speaker could come up with the idea of showing that yes, I was confident? I have to highlight a few things wherein when the speaker talked about his own connections with his father, the way the interaction went made you feel that he was very confident, very articulative. So that's how it is. You are able to give the example connection with the behavior that the speaker has demonstrated. So when I talk about the speaker showing confidence, give an example which demonstrates that confidence. If the speaker has shown emotions in his speech, give an example so that relates, that gives a lasting impact on the speaker. So just not give any form of open statement. The speaker had very good body language. Where was the body language? It was a 5 to 7 minute speech. So where did the speaker show true body language? Where did you find good hand gestures? Where did you see the good eye contact made? So that's how you'll be able to make that impact. Elaborate it. Just not keep it only precisely restricted to the combinations or recommendations. Give an example which relates to that kind. That will help you all. Don't rush. Structure it well. You're not just giving a speech which is 2 to 3, which is just not giving an evaluation. It's just about 2 to 3 minutes, but it's about giving a strong value addition to the speaker. So never have this in mind that I have to do 3 minutes, I get to see a red card. What will happen? You are not participating in the contest. You are in a meeting. So even if in the worst case scenario you feel that this speaker needs good value-added feedback, it's okay to give a 4 minutes of feedback. I have done it many times when I felt personally that it's just not on the stage, it's off the stage as well, where in both scenarios I need to give good feedback to the speaker. I have given it. That very day, probably I would not have been part of the ballot to get the best ballot. That's okay. I don't need one. I would have already won if I have given good feedback and the speaker is able to implement. Off stage, then the speaker would say that Abhijit, you gave me that feedback that very day, I've implemented and today I speak much better. I've got my surgery. So think in that perspective. It's just not about that rushing and saying, oh, 2 to 3 minutes, good body language, good gestures. The speaker was confident, the speaker nailed the speech, but then these are the areas of recommendation and finish it off and then you will say. You might be voted as best evaluator, but that's not everything. So this is how the do's and the don'ts need to be taken care of. Yuvraj, can you have the next slide, please? Yuvraj. The next slide.
Give me a minute.
All right. So this is the last of the slides. During the speech, what you get to witness is listen with a purpose. What is your purpose to listen to the speech? If you see, you need to identify the goals and objectives which the speaker is trying to achieve out of the speech. So in a normal club meeting, do not just sit at one corner and just do not feel, oh, today I'm going to be evaluating Aman's speech. Let Aman come on the stage and I will just write down my notes, give my commendation, recommendation. Wait, that's not everything that you do. You need to have a discussion, have a conversation with them. Aman, what's your speech like? What is your objective? What are you looking at? On what parameters you want your speech to be evaluated? And have a conversation. That's a pre-planned way of being able to think and prepare your evaluation well. So this is very important. Understand what the speaker is trying to achieve. Maybe something very different. He wants to deliver a speech probably at an event. So that the goal is very different. Not a typical way of Toastmasters way of getting feedback. So you need to understand, focus on the structure. Whether it's going in a smooth road track or in a path where you are able to connect the dots. Structure is something that you will have to focus on. The delivery, of course, the vocal variety, the body language, audience connection, and clarity of thought. But remember, if you see this, structure, delivery, vocal variety, body language, audience connection, clarity of message, so many points. 3 minutes, is it good enough time to cover everything? No. Even if I might be a pro in evaluation, I will not be covered all the elements in just about 2 minutes. Nevertheless, it's just about some of the examples which you can cover as part of your feedback, which is whether it could be side of commentations or recommendations. Use the comment structure. Typically, within Toastmasters also, and even outside of Toastmasters also, this is the best practice of doing so. Take the positives first, the areas which needs a bit of attention, not strongly, but areas where you feel the speaker can do effectively going forward. And then again, a little bit of push, a little bit of praise there, highlighting that whatever you have done well is something that you can add on further. That's the area which is the CRC method, we call it, right? Be very specific. And I said to be very specific and not general. The example that I cited, that the speaker was very confident when he came on the stage and gave this feedback. He was very emotional. There were a lot of personal anecdotes. There were characterizations. Now, when I said there was characterization, who were the characters? If I don't state that, how will I be able to relate it? So just don't be very specific. Don't be very general. Be very specific in terms of giving examples to the areas of feedback that you're giving. Balance, encouragement, and improvement. Now, what we do is normally give all the positive things, take all the positive things and take 2 minutes and 15 seconds, 30 seconds to just talk about the commentations. And when it comes to recommendations, and we see the yellow card, we rush. The speaker could have done better in body language, had this was the case, had the speaker used the speech well, I think it would have been a great. I'm going to read that to the real good feedback. I don't want to work. I really don't want to work. This is my stage, even though this is a stage, I don't need to work because my session doesn't require that. Why do I need to move? It's a session. So similarly, when a speaker is delivering a speech, we need to understand what the content is. What is the message? Does the message really require, does the story really require for the speaker to walk through the stage on and off too often? If it is not required, then feedback is also irrelevant. So let's not give any recommendations or commendations for the sake of giving it. So you have to speak from your heart and try and relate some of the areas which really is very important. And I tell you, I've also seen a lot of people not listening to the speech and they kind of forget everything, what the speaker would have even delivered, especially with an online setup. The speech is going on. I have put off my camera. I'm not there. But when my evaluation comes, I just know the speech title. The speaker did really well. The way, and I have also seen that the speaker could have stood right on their feet and could have delivered rather than sitting. Speaker stated that the speaker actually stood and delivered the speech, but he said but the evaluator said that the speaker was sitting. Why? Because the evaluator was not present at that time. So let's not do that. If you are participating, if you are taking up a role of giving feedback as an evaluator, try and give yourself an opportunity that if I was a speaker and if I would have if I would have received feedback like this, what would have been the case? Nobody feels good. Right? So balance encouragement and improvement. The best is 2:2 ratio. With the limited time that you have, 3 minutes and 30 seconds at max, 2:2 ratio is the best to build. But I will jump up to the last point in terms of the balance part of it. Use evidence. This part is already covered. That when you say the speaker was emotional, the speaker had personal anecdotes, had characterization, had examples from the speech, which creates that example so that we're able to give a personal touch. Keep it focused. Emphasize 2 to 3 strengths, suggest 1 to 2 improvements, which is good or decent rather to put it this way. But in terms of time, when I talk about manage time well, before even the green part, which is 2 minutes for a speech evaluation, is being shown by the timer, you should be in a position to, this time I'm saying the word should, you should be in a position to move into the recommendation. Because you need to give feedback where the speaker needs to improve on. That is your understanding, that your opinion about the speaker, where the speaker needs to work on it. Good things are always the strengths of the speaker. But the areas you feel can the speaker work on are the areas where the speaker needs attention. So you need to give some time to that as well. So even before the green part is shown, but you should be in a position to move into the recommendation part. The best part is 1 minute and 45 seconds is good time for making a start, giving the speaker some good connection, good feedback about the commendations, and then by the time you analyze it, almost the green card is about to get shown, move into the part. And the last 30 to 45 seconds, utilize the full time. That is how normally I do. I normally finish off my evaluation by 3 minutes and 25 seconds. And that's how with practice I'm able to gauge that even the red card is shown, I know that I still have 30 seconds. Make the best use of the time. Do not try and wind up soon, because then you would feel that yes, one recommendation or one commendation could have been still added. That's how you will do it. Manage during the speech, this is how you will have to do it. Now moving on to the final part of it, which is this is all about how you give feedback to the speakers. But let me take you from a normal club meeting to a contest, an evaluation contest. What is different in a contest from a normal club meeting?
It's a strict, like we have to complete on time, otherwise it is
Right. That's from the perspective of a speech. Also for an evaluator, your time is 3 minutes and 30 seconds. 1 second more, your is. So you will have to structure everything so very well that you are able to manage everything within the given time. Now I'll give you a mantra of how I do it. Again, it's your call how you want to do it. But whenever you have a blank paper given to you when you are trying to evaluate a test speech. Why a test speech or a test speaker? Is because that speaker is totally unknown, anonymous to all the contestants. So whenever he or she walks in and delivers speech, the best thing that I do, and I will share that, is divide that A4 size pages into 4. Put a plus sign. What you do is the above part is a scribbling part. The below part is the one where you actually note down the pointers in a very structured manner. Try to fold the paper into half. This is just about doing the art and craft exactly you used to do it, right? Make something out of the papers. This is how you will do it because I do it this way. At the top, you will have 2 boxes. Write C and R. C is commendations, R is for recommendation. As the speaker starts and is going through the speech, you scribble. The moment the speaker said, "Oh, this is a very emotional part, emotions," and then you write 1 or 2 examples in bullet points. Areas of okay, the speaker could have probably used props when he was talking about giving a rose to his girlfriend or his wife. There could be a theme, so but the rose could have been could be in the form of a prop, but he just showed his hand. So this could be a form of recommendations. You just scribble it down. The second half, when the speech is already over and you get time of 5 minutes to structure your evaluation, and turn the lower half of the page. See the pointers, see which of the bullet points holds precedence because you would have probably just scribbled as the speech was going on, right? Now, from the commendations, which was the best thing that you really liked about it? Probably the articulation or the message, connectivity, connection with the theme or with the target audience. That was something very important. To write point number 1, this bullet, point number 2, and then start left. Same way for the recommendations. So what would happen is that when you hand over your evaluation note to the sergeant at arms and the sergeant at arms calls you when it comes to your turn, you are able to refer the lower half of it and you are able to go through the pointers easy when you're on stage. Otherwise, if you have just scribbled everything, a lot of times people get lost. When yes, yes, you can. In evaluation contest, it is fully permitted. But I'll tell you the cons of referring it too often. If I come to that point, when you have those pointers in hand, you can always. So what happens is when you're handed over the evaluation note, you get 1 minute of time off the stage while everybody, the judges are writing out the notes. Sorry, the scores. You get 1 minute of time to refer to that evaluation. The pointers in a structured manner, which you would have already done, the lower half of the page, gives you the edge to go on the stage confidently and remember which holds precedence and how, in which order will I have to give my value. That will save time. That will help you to connect directly with audience through the way of eye contact. And also it will help you to keep the time limit within the structured framework. Otherwise, what could happen is if you're not well structured with this, you're referring to the notes and you're going off track completely. And towards the end, you completely lose track. And then the moment you see the red card, you are almost on the verge of completing your recommendations. You're either not able to summarize it or you are able to give a haphazard conclusion, which will result in you not being the marks. So have that structure in case if you want to use this way of doing it. Because I have done it, I saw it from one of the seniors, and that was sometime when I was based in Master. He was also a very champion speaker, and he also did a very good evaluation. He used to do very good evaluations, and that's how I kind of learned from him and implemented myself. So that's again feedback. That's not feedback that he would have given me, that's a feedback that I took. That this is one of the ways I can do it in my evaluations. So one of the methods, if you say contest, in scoring contest, there are the different parameters, analytical quality, then you have the recommendations, technique and summation. But remember, judges look into one specific element out of your overall evaluation. And that is the reason I have mentioned in a contest, the word contest. So you are tested for the recommendations that you give to the speaker. Pros and cons, the positives and the negatives. So it is all about contest, testing your capability to give areas of recommendations to the speaker. More number of areas of recommendations, but in a positive manner, the better you score. And as a judge, I would always look into that. I can always say that Toastmaster Sangeeta was very good at on the stage. She completely had the control on the stage when she was delivering the speech. Her content on these elements was too good. She very well connected with the speech, with your target audience. But then the areas which needs attention for her to improve further is what I will be there to point it out as a judge. Because that is the areas which is very difficult. It takes courage to give feedback in terms of recommendations. Good areas are always the strengths of any speaker. With the areas which you feel that the speaker needs more of attention, you need to muster that courage. You don't know how the speaker is. You have not known the speaker well personally. So you have to be very articulated, very particular about how you have to also start psychologically judge as to what kind of speaker this would be. Whether this feedback it will be something that will help the speaker, whether he or she might take it in a very negative manner, we don't know. So when it comes to giving recommendations, it is a test on the version of your own way of doing evaluations. Okay. Coming to that point, Vishal, about whether we can refer notes, yes, we can. But only refer the bullets that you highlighted. The moment you refer and read through it, what you have written, you lose eye contact with the audience. And that's something which will not be very well taken care by the audience members, because if I'm a judge and if I'm judging you in a contest, then in that case I am also an audience member. I would see how well did the evaluator connect with me as you connected with the speaker. That's something that obviously your connection has to be there with the speaker first. I'm just evaluating, I'm just also giving you scores based on how you did it. But most importantly, if you keep referring to the notes on and off constantly, then of course it's something that you lose track of the bonding that you would reach along with that. So you can refer it. There's no such good. The scores will obviously be penned down the moment you continuously look into the notes. That's the only thing that I can do. Apart from that, this is just a version of the overall way of doing evaluation. I have been able to do it. This was just a part of the knowledge sharing process which I shared. Nothing so called as a session, nothing as a workshop, nothing as a, you can say, training. I was never a trainer for the last 35-40 minutes. I was just about an individual who shared the best practices that I have been able to invite as a speech evaluator where I've been able to learn. As of course the lessons learned, which I have been able to get through it and implement it in different versions. The only one message that really goes out from me is that whenever you participate, always have that zeal and passion that yes, whatever role that I get, to be a Toastmaster or a known Toastmaster, doesn't mean. When you are on stage, you need to know that you are there to learn. You may falter, you may fall down. I also have made a lot of mistakes here while in the last 40, and I know for myself what mistakes I have done. And I will need to work on that while I go back, so that I get slightly better when I'm doing a similar session in another time. I know that. And I'll tell you what exactly I did. It was 30 plus 10 minutes of time. As per the agenda, it was 30 minutes of session plus 10 minutes of Q&A. Because now someone showed me the red card, gave you, and it was 40 minutes and beyond, still the Q&A has not started yet. And I have been told that in Invictus, time is something that we strictly implement. This is a feedback from me as well. I'll have to take that. Obviously, technical glitches do happen, that happen. But considering all aspects, there's always an element for every individual. I have learned myself in whatever capacity it is, we all should be doing the same. Now I'll keep the floor open for just 2 questions because we also have to go through the session ahead. I can take the questions offline, but just 2 questions at maximum and very short ones in case if you have to. Online audience also you can ask if you have, please.
Are there any other structures that we can follow from the standard CRC?
Okay, a very good question and something which I have started doing, and that is the what do you call acronym method. I use an acronym method, and that's something not many people can actually do. I've started experimenting, but that needs a little bit of preparation. Last year's division level contest, I had a good framework of mind that for the commendations, I will use the acronym called PRO. And for the recommendations, I will use the acronym called ACE. This was well such in my mind that you have, as a speaker, you have been pro in these segments. But if you need to further ace your future speeches, this is how it is. It did work out because the speaker's speech got me related to what I could define against PRO and ACE. But that's very dangerous at times as well because you are in a well-structured frame of mind that I would go ahead, give my feedback in this structure. But what if I don't get anything which can relate with PRO or ACE? Then it becomes very difficult. But the moment you have that, it's an easy competition. You can easily walk that. That's one of the other methods that you do. But that needs a little bit of preparation. You need to keep on doing it on and off. So every contest or every meeting you come forward and do an evaluation of similar kind with use the acronym method, you need to have a structured acronym well planned in advance. And you have to relate some kind of definition to the speech that you have. But if you're prepared, I think you can do it. I did, but I lost it because of time. I won the division contest, but it was 3 minutes and 32 seconds, and unfortunately, off rate, the chief just came forward and said that. And obviously, it's not the best practice for the chief just to share that, but I said that you would have been to Kolkata for the district contest had you kept your timing within the given 2 seconds. So I could understand that that was a big thing which I did. But I have put that video on my YouTube channel. I forgot it recorded. So you can have a look of how I use the PRO and ACE. I can share that. Yeah. Any other question? One more question. I'll take it. Yes.
Level 3 speech. And the way she did the content is very, but the video she needs more. But in evaluation, I have more recommendations than commendations. So in that case, how did I do the evaluation?
So don't consider a speech based on the levels. First thing, never see which, because a lot of times what happens is speakers these days are running off triple crown awards which the districts are doing, or probably to complete their pathway just to ensure that they're aiming towards the game award or whatever. It really does not help. Or probably they say that, okay, I have 6 months of membership being given and I need to complete one pathway so that I am able to get the best out of it. You don't get the best. It's a self-paced learning process. So a lot of times, speakers do take years on years to complete 1 or 2 levels. They keep on delivering same speech again and again until they feel convinced from inside. Now, if a speaker, if you see that is at level 3 or level 4, but it is not to the best as per your understanding or the speech that is being delivered on the stage, it's fair to give recommendations. Do not see the speaker's speech level at that point in time, but if you feel that there are real good areas of improvement based on your analysis, you can also go ahead and do that. Otherwise, on stage, if you want to keep it short, if you want to just give 1 or 2 but feel there are more, take it offline. Take the discussion offline and say that, oh, I understand. Maybe you are at level 3, but don't try to demotivate and say anything. But I felt there are some of the other areas also where I would just like to say I did not want to take it because of the limited time, but this is what it is. So you can just give it in writing or say it to the speaker. That's the thing. Yeah. So thank you so much once again, the entire fraternity of the investors for giving me the opportunity. I would take in more queries, but Sangeeta will certainly not entertain me anymore. She's already been looking into the clock and it's already one, and I know it's very scary. It's something which I do not intend to do so. But thank you once again, the entire family of investors, especially Sangeeta, who felt I could do justice to a lot of members as well as 3-time guests. They are more than what I have been able to do. But again, if you have anything, I am more than approachable. Reach out to me at any given time. You can take my number after this meeting or from Sangeeta or from anyone. But feel free. I just want that this so-called knowledge sharing workshop adds real time value, because you have, it's not about me who was traveled all the way from Noida to here just for this particular session, but it's for you all to give that 40 minutes to me to listen to me and try and get to the best out of it. So if you are able to do so, nothing like it. Tomorrow, the only thing is if you are able to succeed, if you are becoming a great evaluator or champion, you can say if you are able to ace it, or if you're becoming a pro, then it would be, we can say, fine gratitude towards everyone. So thank you so much once again, and what do you think?
We cannot hear you. Hello. We cannot hear you.
Hello, am I audible?
Now audible.
Okay. So we are having like 8 to 10 minutes break. In the meantime, you can also have short break. All right. It's 1 o'clock exactly. We'll be coming back at 1:10. All right. Perfect.
We have some snacks, please.
Please help yourself. We have some snacks.
Yeah. That's
If you want to use the emotional, you can go downstairs for the bio break.
okay.
At the back side of the building. And you
Even
can also
also
socialize.
Yeah, this is our best time to socialize. We have some snacks here, please.
I was in he was part of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were like, I will just take
So you're not implanted much.
All are also known. Me has also been a very long journey. The moment you said forest, right, I struck a chord that somewhere I would have heard their name as medium.
I was part of the follow it. I was the only one that I was part of it. Last time, I only you might have
I would have been father, I would have to lady that is only what it is. That is good.
even there was another
Nice to see you in person.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to come out of the setback, but then this was badly. And now doing much section, but for the setback of losing election. So I was the candidates for the election. One bit. So, lot, I have one hard, trust me. They would really nominate candidate. One of the vote came like this, we got 87. I got, we got 89.
I remember 91 and 9.
So, got we got 89. Who are really nominated? I got 27. And the second DLC got 24.
Okay.
1/5 of my 4 candidates.
Okay.
He did not get majority, just to represent the eliminations. So the second year we got eliminated. Between them, there were like us. So finally, the bill for the second time, it was 91. 90. Happy waiting for some time. So it's so nice. I did I get it. Because all the executive aspects it was only in secrets that was such a I will forward all the audience nominated candidate. There's always a election happens there's not so lobbying. A lot of people are already there voting for candidate. So even those people kind of don't know what also they also sent right. 7 weeks. 2 weeks. Yes,
Actually, remember all the things I was just talking to him, so you also didn't inspire me.
After that,
I understand. Except Saudis, leaders in Muscat, 1.5. I got South Africa of yes, 2 years. Eventual deputation, I'm not.
Guys, last 1 minute. We'll be starting soon. All the online present members. Yeah.
That's fine. See, I that's from that the mic after the
I'll just collect everything and just keep it together.
no. How the person will be taking it by
Hello everyone present online. It's 1:10. Toastmaster Tajinder, Yuvraj. I hope you had a good break. We'll be starting now again. Okay, thank you.
Now, it is time for our second segment. That is prepared speeches. But before that, we should ensure that our meeting maintains quality and learning. And for that, we have a very talented Toastmaster as a general evaluator. And she will come with her 4-member tech team, and they will explain their role. Her confidence and her command over subject and language, and most importantly, her radiant smile leaves an impression on everyone. So please welcome our general evaluator, Toastmaster Namra.
Good afternoon, all of you. Good afternoon, Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. My name is Toastmaster Namra, and I'm playing the role as a general evaluator. As we have gone through with an amazing session by Toastmaster Abhijit, it's a limited time. We have limited time. So before starting my speech or my evaluation, I want to start with a small quote. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step that we have learned today from our guest. So, before telling anything, I want to call my tech team who's going to help me throughout the meeting. Timer, Toastmaster Hour. I want to call upon the timer on the stage.
Thank you, Toastmaster Namra. I'm sure many of you know by now that I'm the timer for today's meeting. And yes, we are running a bit late, but that's fine due to technical issues and power cut. Nevertheless, let's start with the first segment, the most important, the prepared speeches. The timing is 5 to 7 minutes for both the speakers. At 5 minutes, I'll be showing the green card. At 6 minutes, I'll be showing the yellow card. And at 7 minutes, I'll be holding the red card until the speaker is done with the speech. For the second segment, evaluations, time limit is 2 to 3 minutes. And at 2 minutes, I'll be showing the green card. At 2 minutes, 30 seconds, I'll be showing the yellow card. And at 3 minutes, I'll be holding the red card. We do not have table topics today. So these are the only 2 segments that we have. I'll be presenting my report at the end when called upon by the general evaluator, Toastmaster Nanda. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nanda, for telling us about your roles and responsibility. Now I want to call upon the counter for today's meeting, Toastmaster Manali.
Good afternoon, Toastmaster Nanda. Good afternoon, all fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Online members also, very good afternoon to all of you. I am our counter for today's meeting and I will mark all the filler words like, and the long pauses. And at the end of the meeting, I will mark and I will tell all the speakers how many filler words they have used. So we come prepared, don't use these type of filler words so that we all become a charismatic speakers in coming years. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Manali, for telling us about your roles. Now I want to call upon on the stage grammarian Toastmaster Trisha.
Good afternoon, everyone. As a grammarian, my role is to note down the good usages of grammar and the bad usages of grammar. And the word of the day is charismatic, meaning exercising a compelling charm which inspires devotion in others. Example, he was a charismatic leader who held his followers spellbound. Synonyms are magnetic, compelling, spellbinding, captivating, alluring. Antonyms are repellent, boring, drab, tedious, and uninspired. I will share the report when General Evaluator asks me. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Trisha, for telling about your role. Now I want to call the listener, Toastmaster Bhavani.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Good afternoon, everyone. So today I'm the listener for the meeting and I'll be listening carefully to each and every one. I just wanted to give you a short example. So in our office, we have our lunches together. And during one of the lunch, my boss gets a call from a lawyer. We are handling a high profile case and he immediately keeps the speaker mode so that all of us can hear. He not only listens to what is being said by the lawyer, but he's also giving about the case updates. He made sure that each and everything mentioned in that, he captured everything, not even a single thing was missed out. He didn't have a pen or a paper, but he listened carefully to everything. After the lunch, he was supposed to report it back to our American boss. So while he was walking into the room, he called me along. And I was baffled the way he was giving the report. Everything that the lawyer mentioned with it as it is. And that is a skill. And listening is a skill which comes with practice. And the more you do it, your muscle memory gets activated. And that is what we all are going to do today. Listen carefully, be active listeners. I will be coming back to test with a few fun questions. Till then, over to you, Toastmasters.
Toastmaster Bhavani, that was an amazing introduction about your role. I will return back with my report at the end of the meeting. I want to call upon the Toastmaster of the day on the stage. Toastmaster Shri. Wow, what a wonderful introduction about her role and her tactics. So please give her a please give her a huge round of applause. Now we will move towards our first segment, that is prepared speeches. So first I would like to call our first speaker, but before that I would like to call his speech evaluator who will tell us about his pathway, his project and level and project and objectives of the speech. So please welcome Toastmaster Tajinder as his speech evaluator. Toastmaster Tajinder, stage is yours.
Can you hear me?
Yes, it's
Okay. My target speaker, Toastmaster Kisan Pandey, is going to present his Level 1 Project 4 Part 1 speech from Pathway Presentation Mastery. Speech title is 120 and Out. Very amazing. Timer. Please note down his timing is 5 to 7 minutes. All the best to Toastmaster Kisan, and over to TM Modi. Thank you. And over to you, ma'am.
And now it is time to welcome our first prepared speech speaker. He is a passionate learner and he always comes with a wonderful and meaningful theme. He is engineer turned lawyer and a wonderful speaker, Toastmaster Kishan. Toastmaster Kishan, 120 and out. 120 and out, Toastmaster Kishan. All the best, stage is yours.
120 and out. Sounds like cricket score? Of course, IPL fever is rising. Hello everyone, I am Kishan and my speech title is 120 and out. Some of you might think I'm going to talk about cricket. Some of you might think I'm going to talk about speeding bike and an accident. But no, I'm going to talk about something far more dangerous. About a drink. A constant companion of humankind and unofficial medicine for heartbreak. And something which teetotaler can't really relate with. Am I right, Toastmaster Yuvraj? He must be judging me right now. So it doesn't matter what situation you are in, what life is throwing at you, if you are going through some good or bad phase. The moment you call your friend to share something, you are going to hear just one clause, one phrase. Let's say if I am having some problem, I call my friend that, bro, I lost my job. Bro, I'm getting divorced. Or, bro, I have cleared UPSC. They would say the same phrase, same sentence every time. That is, that's it. Let's have a drink, which means. During my BTech days, I was living in Faridabad with 3 of my flatmates on ground floor. And one of my friend, Rohit, a 6'1" tall, weighing around 95 kgs, called me. Like he was really a one-man army kind of. He called. I picked up his call. Hello? Yes, bro, say. And he said, bro, she left me. And he started crying. For the next 10 minutes, I listened very patiently, trying to comfort him. And then I said the three magical golden words. No, I didn't say I love you. That would be awkward. I said, Aja, back there. Come, let's have a drink. And by 5 p.m., he arrived at my flat. By 8 p.m., our party had officially started. We tried very hard to make him happy, make him feel better. We cracked jokes, teased each other, and we all pretended to be relationship experts. And the fun part is, we were all mechanical engineers. we, at the very thought of talking to a girl made us nervous. But we were schooling him that, okay, life is like this one. I remember everything till 120 milliliter. Then, next I remember is waking up to the noise of a dog barking near me. No, I was not in the gutter or garbage, if anyone is thinking this. No, I was in room. So I walked out the room and I froze. There was a ferocious dog barking at different direction. For a moment, I felt relief. Okay, it is not barking at me. But wait a minute. We didn't even own a dog. How come there's a dog in our apartment? Then I looked in another direction that it was barking at. And there in the corner stood a little tiny pig. At that moment, I was thinking, what the earth happening on in my flat? Am I still dreaming? Or has National Geographic Channel started in my flat? There must be camera. Where are the cameras? I couldn't find any camera. It was my flat only. I woke up everyone, opened our back door, and escorted those creatures out of my flat. Then, and it was 5 a.m. Then we sat with the cup of tea in our hand, trying to figure out what really happened in the night. Then Ravi calmly said, "Relax, boys, we have recording." And he played the first video. In the first video, he was standing at a boundary wall of a nearby adjacent flat, adjacent vacant plot, and trying to pull someone upwards, like a rescue operation. From that darkness, a figure emerged, and that person was Rohit, the same emotionally devastated man. Now he was climbing over the wall, holding a baby pig in his arm. that man needed emotional support few hours ago, and now apparently he wanted livestock. I was the one who was recording everything, but of course I was out. One of my flatmates asked, "Okay, we got this point, and how the dog ended inside?" Any cases, who might be behind this? Ravi, Rohit, or I? What are the two flatmates? You. No, I was not that one. It was Rohit. Sorry, Ravi. Ravi said, when you guys slept, I went outside to take a few puffs. And I was enjoying my cigarette, and this dog barked at me. We fed this dog almost every day without even charging a penny. And this is how it is showing gratitude. So I took it very personally. I grabbed its legs, dragged it inside, and locked the door. At this moment, we were no mechanical engineers. We were more like wildlife smugglers. All this chaos, all this stupidity, all this courage came from one magical drink. The drink which convinces man that nothing is impossible. Years later, today, I barely remember what we drank that night. But what I remember is a heartbroken friend smiling again, 5 friends sitting at 5 a.m. trying to figure out what a pig and a dog is doing in their apartment. And I think this is what friendship is all about. Not a mature advice, not perfect solution, but your people who sit with you until your pain fades away and slowly turns into a memory. That's it. Thank you.
Wonderful speech. Thank you. Please give a huge round of applause. And encourage everyone to have some appreciation on the guest group. Time will please allow us for 40 seconds. And now it is time to invite our second prepared speech speaker. But before that, I would like to invite her speech evaluator. He will tell us about her pathways, her level and project, and objective of the speech. Please welcome Toastmaster Yuvraj. Toastmaster Yuvraj.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shirin. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm the impromptu speech evaluator of Toastmaster Rizal. Pathway is presentation mastery. Level 3, project 2. Elective, deliver social speeches. Title, a toast to Toastmasters. Duration is 5 minutes. Timer, please note that the total speech duration is 5 minutes. So you will show green card at 3 minutes, yellow card at 4 minutes, and red card at 5 minutes. And the purpose of the project is for the members to practice delivering social speeches in the front of club members. Now I am done with I explained the speech objectives. So I would like to hand over the stage to Toastmaster Shirin.
Thank you, Toastmaster Yuvraj. Now it is time to call our second prepared speech speaker. That is, she is our VP Education, and she is not only our VP Education, but she is a wonderful mentor and a very supportive and helpful person. So please welcome our VP Education, Toastmaster Rizal. Toastmaster Rizal. A toast to Toastmaster. A toast to Toastmaster, Toastmaster Rizal. The stage is yours. All the best.
If you were to open my 2025 planner and diary and turn to the date 24th May 2025, you would find a reflection that reads, amazing day, lovely lunch. That is the very day I walked into this room and to this very club as a guest, almost exactly a year ago. I remember that day there was Toastmaster Sangeeta and Toastmaster Shraddha and Toastmaster Anuj. But mind you, this is not the first time I visited any club. During my initial scoping exercise, the first club that I visited, I felt, this doesn't feel right. And the commute was painfully long. And then my second attempt. Here I felt that I didn't feel it, I felt out of place. And then now I thought maybe Toastmasters is not for me. I should just give up and discard this idea. And then I, around that same time, stumbled upon some Toastmaster club called Invictus. And I told myself, this is the last time, Rizal, one last time I will attempt, and after that I'm out, I will give up. I walked in, I was greeted and welcomed warmly. I felt like the members were very thoughtful, articulate, and approachable. And I remember the Toastmaster of the day was Toastmaster Pamela, and she was talking about Ikigai. And as I said, after that we have this post meeting lunch ritual, and I remember that as one of the most intellectually stimulating lunches ever, where I could effortlessly and endlessly talk about anything and everything under the sun. I remember that was the first day I spoke to Sangeeta. And then I felt, when I went back home, maybe this is it. I think I have found the one. Fast forward to today. I look forward to Saturday mornings the most, because not just to attend these meetings, because I get a chance to meet all of you and be around you, to catch up, to laugh a little for the wonderful speech that Toastmaster Kishan delivered, to learn, and also to spend some quality time together. And I'm forgetting, sorry. And from taking, smaller roles like auxiliary roles to bigger roles and team out sessions and being part of the EC, it has been a wonderful, meaningful 1-year journey, I must say. But let me tell you who makes a club. It's all you members, it's all you charismatic people. Thank you so much for making this a place where we feel belonged, where we feel appreciated, and where we can learn. And this is a toast to every member who has worked so hard behind the scenes and on the stage to maintain the quality and spirit of this club. And that is one thing I feel Invictus, to me, it stands out because it's very respectful, it's a non-judgmental and safe space. And that's why this is about raising a toast. So help me raise a toast which is with your imaginary glasses, a toast to all of you, a toast to Invictus, and a toast to Toastmasters. One more thing I would like to add, that as an etymology nerd and enthusiast who loves the idea of word origins, I also naturally happen to look what Toastmasters, the word origin came from. So the owner and the founder actually made this club initially to train young people how to master the art of giving and making toasts at special occasions and at public events, and hence the name Toastmasters. So toast to Toastmasters, and thank you.
Thank you for the lovely. Dr. Ralph C. Smedley must be very happy after this speech. So please give her a huge round of applause once more. And please open your test room and write some appreciation for her speech. And timer, please allow us for 40 seconds. Now, once again, you have to open your guest room and vote for the best speaker. It's very difficult, but we have. Can we be the numbers for 40 seconds?
Response. Please everyone vote.
Please everyone vote for the best speaker.
Yours.
Yes. Now it is time for the most beautiful and important part of the meeting. And what is that? Evaluations. Because whatever we have heard till now, our general evaluator and her team will tell us our performance in CRC style. Means commendation, recommendation, and commendation. But before I invite her, I would like to share a beautiful quote with you. An American author and management expert and co-authored a famous book of 1992, 1 Minute Manager. Mr. Ken, what is his name? Remember? Ken Blanchard. Ken Blanchard, he once beautifully said, feedback is the breakfast of champions. So please welcome our general evaluator of today's meeting, Toastmaster Namra, and his team, now bigger, because not only 4-member team but 6-member team.
Mr. Shireen, I was nervous when Toastmaster Shireen called me up on the stage. I got nervous. I was unable to speak, but this is a Toastmaster. Here we come, and whenever we come, every time we stand here and we improve. So today we didn't just have a meeting. We had a master class that pushed us to realize what we can achieve. But before, let's hear our speech evaluator, who will provide feedback to our speakers. Please welcome Toastmaster Tajendra to evaluate his target speaker Toastmaster question. Toastmaster Tajendra, the stage is yours.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Namra. What a charismatic speech. First of all, I would like to congratulate the speaker for wonderful speech. Your focus determine your reality, and that he was prepared well, and practice make the man perfect, and he has practiced a lot. That is why he could able to deliver such kind of wonderful speech. Good speaker always give us happiness, pleasantness, but best speaker give us memories, and he given the memories. First of all, I would like to tell you that his title of the speech was very how to say, it was very imaging. Means I was under impression it may be from cricket, it may be from bike, but it was totally different. And I am 100% agree with you that even I do not remember anything after 120. Okay, so I already given you same kind of memories. Like we can learn from his speech. We have also same kind of friend like Rohit, Ravi, Goldie. Even name is different, but characteristic, if you find, it is almost similar. And thanks God, he stay in a ground floor. Okay, so I am very happy that you are staying in ground floor, because I am staying in 14th floor, and I could not able to do what your friend could able to do and what you can able to do. So kudos to you. You are wonderful speaker. Uh, some recommendation from my side. When you pick up the phone from your pocket, please pause for some time and tell in slow vocal variety that, oh, to my friend, he's lost his girlfriend, something like that. So it will be impacted the audience very well. So this one of the recommendation, when you do such things, it should not be in flow. You will have to be pause for few seconds. Second is obviously from vocal variety. You have to take care of your vocal variety, and if you do this, it will be really added advantage. All of us, in overall, it was very good speech. I encourage to come on stage whenever you get your time, and every time you come, you learn, and you can learn more and more. Three words which I like the most: "Aja baithte hai," not "I love you." This is my simple learning from you, and I do not remember after 120. This is my learning from you. Thank you, and over to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmasters Abhijit, for your evaluation. I want to call upon the next evaluator, Toastmaster Yuvraj, on the stage.
Thank you, Toastmaster Namra. What a great speech! A toast to Toastmasters. What I liked the most in the speech, the storytelling, that how Risal's Toastmaster journey started. Even I was able to resonate with my Toastmaster journey when I joined it for the first time. She was confident, audible. There was stage movement, which made the speech more interesting. Initially, she was very expressive that how Toastmasters shaped her and improved her in this upcoming journey. And she was also very despite being nervous, she was confident. Because I believe one thing, that confidence is not about being perfect, it's about stepping on the stage. And why I like this title? Because it's a motivation for all the guests who want to join Toastmasters and for the members who feel doubtful that whether I will improve or not. And giving such speeches related to Toastmasters will motivate members also and other guests that what's the benefit of joining Toastmasters and how they will transform in their upcoming years. So there are some recommendations which can help Toastmaster Rizal to take the speech at the next level. Eye contact with the online audience. When she was standing, she was just not looking at the online audience. What I feel is that lack of eye contact with online audience, that online audience is not a part of this meeting. So having eye contact with them, it makes them feel important that they are also listening her speech. Vocal variety. That when she should give up. She can say like this, now I should give. Toastmasters is not a bed of roses. Like this. And adding the pauses. When she was adding the Pamela Ikigai theme, and then she was just bit fast. It was just feel that just she want to finish the speech. It happens. She is a human being and everyone can get nervous. And one thing which I observed is that when her hands were like this, that she was a bit nervous and just anxious that whether I will forget or not. It happens. Like if you are at the next level 3 speeches, and it happens that you just get nervous. And one more interesting element that she can add, visual aids, memories and photos, that how Toastmasters have transformed her. It is a best way to engage with the audience. Overall, it was a great speech, and I wish all the best to Toastmaster Risal for his upcoming Toastmasters journey. Thank you, and I would like to hand over the stage to Toastmaster Namra.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Yuvraj, for the evaluation over speaker. Now it's time to call upon my fantastic tech team. Let's see how we performed on our goals. Can we have the counter report, please? Okay. Sorry, sir. I request everyone, please vote on the guest group. I hope everyone has voted in our guest group. Online members, please show thumbs up if you have voted. Yes. Great. Now it's time to call upon a fantastic tech team. Let's see how we performed on our codes. Can we have the counter report, please? Toastmaster Toastmaster Manali, please come on the stage.
Speaker 1 TM Kishan, he used R 3 times and 1 time. Speaker 2 TM Visal, she used R 3 times and 1 time. Evaluator TM Tajinder, he used R 11 times and 1 time. Evaluator 2 TM Yuvraj, he used R 1 time. General Evaluator TM Namra, flawless. TM Shireen, flawless. Presiding Officer TM Nagita, flawless. Tech Team Timer TM Aman, TM Trisha, grammarian. TM Bhavani, listener, flawless. TM Anali, our counter, used our 1 time. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Manali, for sharing your report with us. Now I want to call upon the timer. Please, Toastmaster Man, please come on the stage and tell us about your reports.
Hello everyone, once again, I'll firstly start with the prepared speeches. So our first speaker, Toastmaster Kishan, he spoke for 7 minutes 25 seconds. So he was well within the grace period. One thing I forgot to mention, for the prepared speeches and evaluations, we have 30 seconds of grace period on both the sides. So he was in the red zone, but be cautious next time. And then the second speaker, Toastmaster Risal, she spoke for 5 minutes and 3 seconds. For her, the red limit was 5 minutes, but within the grace period of 30 seconds. Both the evaluators, now coming to evaluators, they exactly spoke for 3 minutes and 10 seconds. Good, exactly on the same time. Both were in the red zone area. Now, coming to some of the other, role players, I would say our Sa, she was spot on. She has mastered this timing, like doing all the mission, the core values, groundkeeping rules, everything within and that too, introduction of someone like Toastmaster Sangeeta within 2 minutes is not an easy task. I think this should be the real of 120 challenge that she has, but she nailed it. And our president, she did it. She spoke for around 8 minutes, and we had a special segment for that. We had allotted 30 minutes and then 10 minutes for the question answers. For the segment, our DTM Abhijit spoke for 50 minutes. Also, we had some technical issues in between, so keeping that in mind. And for question and answer, he cut short the duration and he winded up in 5 minutes. That's all from my side. Over to the general.
Thank you, Toastmaster, for the clear report with us. I want to call upon the grammarian on the stage, Toastmaster Trisha. Toastmaster Trisha.
Well, this meeting was a very charismatic session. So the word of the day was used by Toastmaster Shireen, Toastmaster Manali, Toastmaster Rasal, Toastmaster Tajinder, and it was used by me just now. Good usages of grammar like by Kishan, Toastmaster Kishan. We are no longer mechanical engineers, we are wildlife coaches. Toastmaster Rasal used synonyms like stimulating, discard. She also said, this is a toast to every member who worked hard behind the scenes and who are all present here. And another is toast to Toastmasters. Toastmaster Namra said, we didn't have just a meeting, but it was a master class, which is true indeed. Few bad usages of grammar was let's have a drink, which means it would be which means let's have a drink. Someone said, you just be paused for a second. It would have been, you need to take a pause for a second. And just a recommendation, whoever was calling speakers or evaluators on the stage, they said, please come on the stage. It will be better if they use, I request you to come on the stage. Thank you, and that's all. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you. Thank you so much, my tech team, for sharing your incredible report with us. But I think I forgot someone. Tell me, whom I forgot? Yes, active listener. I literally love this room, and I literally love this person. Let's see how we have listened, and let's see the Toastmaster Bhavani.
Good afternoon, everyone, once again, and I'm back with some questions. I'm going to test your listening skills, so I hope all of you were listening attentively. My first question, what according to DTM Abhijit is the full form of KYC? Absolutely correct. Now let me ask the online team. Online team, what did Kishan offer to his friend who was heartbroken?
Drink.
What did he tell? What was the term he used? He used some term in Hindi. I want to know that.
आजा बैठते हैं.
Ah, that's the answer. So, the next question, what did Kishan's friend bring along with him after a drink? What was there in his hand?
Dog.
Perfect. Next question, what does Risal like after the Toastmaster meeting?
Food, lunch.
Yes.
We all go.
Now let me ask the online viewers, what year did Risal join Toastmasters?
2020.
Online.
2024.
20.
No.
25.
25.
Yes, 25. I remembered.
Perfect. That
In
is the
August.
right answer. Again, thank you everyone for listening carefully.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Bhavani, for giving us such wonderful questions. Now it's privilege to present my report for today's phenomenal session.
Toastmaster Namra, sorry to interrupt. The request for a tech master to release a pool of best Oxford players.
Yes, I'm so sorry, I always forgot. Please vote for the best Oxford player in the guest group.
And time will be 40 seconds.
Please, the timer, please note. The time is for 40 seconds. Timer, please shows the card when the 40 seconds end. Thank you so much, Timer, for letting us know. Now it's my privilege to present my report as a journal evaluator for today's phenomenal session. I'll start with the SAR and presiding officer. Meeting started on time, room was set up properly, club mission was properly laid out. Presiding officer was properly introduced. I literally love the quote. Whenever she been come on the stage, she came with a smile and with a positivity. For presiding officer, guest was properly introduced. TMOD was properly introduced. Special guest was properly introduced. One recommendation for Toastmaster Sangeeta, when we had the power cut, she got nervous. She actually thinking what to do right now. But I literally love the positivity we have in this group. Toastmaster Aman, I think he's an expert working under pressure and he's handling the situation very effectively. And the people are very positive and creating the positive environment. I love that. TM only, Toastmaster Shri. Speaker was properly introduced and evaluators were properly introduced. Audience were asked to write feedback after every speech. You didn't just transition between speakers, you moved a golden thread of positivity, thoughts, and the meeting. For the evaluation, I want Toastmaster Abhijit to come on the stage and to share your feedback for our evaluators and for me also, so that we can improve in future.
Thank you so much. I'll keep it very short, especially for the two evaluators, Toastmaster Tajinder and Toastmaster Yuvraj. In terms of both the evaluators, they followed the typical CRC methodology. So you can take full credit on that, Toastmaster Yuvraj and Toastmaster Tajinder. One of the the best part of the commendations which you had is giving the value connect with the speakers. There are two speakers. One was Toastmaster Kishan and the second one was Toastmaster Risal. Both had two different topics. One of them was more on the lighter side, which is the humorous part of it, a mix of his own experiences when he was in college. And the second was for Toastmaster Risal, who talked about being individual who joined Toastmasters and how she values being on this platform. So the evaluations were had two different tangents altogether. What I would like to suggest Toastmaster Tajinder, specifically on the area which I covered in my part of my session as well. There was one of the feedback recommendation which Toastmaster Tajinder suggests is that Toastmaster Kisan paused after talking with his friend and vocal variety may be enhanced. These two were the recommendations which you suggested, Toastmaster Tajinder. One thing I can suggest here is if you could have elaborated on that. If I'm a speaker, vocal variety may be enhanced. Which part of the speech did not meet your expectations or you would have expected for the individual to enhance the vocal variety, or for that matter, to slightly enact how that pause effectively when Toastmaster Kishan took out his phone and had a talk with his friend could have been done better and could have connected with you. So that could have brought a lot of credibility from your perspective given to the audience as well as to the speaker as well. So this is for you, Toastmaster Tajinder. And for Toastmaster Yuvraj, one of the commendations which you suggested, confidence, storytelling is something that you brought in, which anyways Toastmaster Risal had already implemented. The second part was where you said that as a speaker she was confident and she was expressive of how Toastmasters helped shape herself in her life journey. So the word confident came out twice. Once you're already up for one of the positive feedbacks or recommendations that an evaluator has already given, it is always better to move on if you could have moved on with a different, you can say, different set of areas of either commendations or recommendations. That's always better. Rather than coming back and talking about furthermore on the enhanced confidence of in the speech, that's something which you can avoid. Right. Apart from that, talking about eye contact, vocal variety, visual props, these were common things. But again, to further elaboration on will only help the speakers to do it even more effectively. So that's the only thing which I found out. Apart from that, I think practice makes a man perfect. That's the only thing we can say. Continue practicing. The physical stage, Yuvraj and Tajinder, if you are in town, if you are in Delhi, then please come over here. We would love to have you on the physical stage to deliver more of such evaluations. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Abhijit, for sharing your evaluation with our evaluators. Now it's time for my report. Let's have my report. For timer, timing cards are visible. Role was well explained. Times were properly read out. Report was well delivered. But one recommendation for you, when you're showing your card, please ensure that the online member should also see that. For the up counter, role was well explained. report was well delivered, and encouraging tone was maintained. I want that as our counter, you should also explain more about your role to our guests so that they would know what's the role of our counter basically. For the grammarian, role was well explained, word of the day was well explained and mentioned in the group the whole time. Report was well delivered. Your literary as an active listener, you listen all of us and inform about us. Most of us use the word of the day. For the listener, well-trained question, role was well explained. You give chances to both online members as well as offline members. Question asked from both online versus offline. I literally love the points. Before you coming on the stage, you tell about your role. You also mentioned about one case. So I literally loved about that when you're explaining your role to all of us. Today, as we have an amazing session, Toastmaster Abhijit came here and gave us an educational model. It's our privilege. That's why you came here. Just I want to close my report and I want to say some few lines. It's our deepest gratitude to our esteemed guest educator. Thank you for stepping into our club and gifting us such a powerful, positive, and master class. You didn't just share your knowledge, you ignite a fire in all of us. Thank you so much, and back to the deciding officer.
I have shared the voting lines for the best two players. Let's vote it first. We have got the majority votes now. And I hope the session was good enough for all of you, because when he showed the red card, I really didn't see it. I was like, why red card now? I wanted the session to go on and on because the amount of learnings that we found is tremendous. Because I have personally saw a lot of our members use the words our target speaker, my target speaker, and this was one of the things that really fitted in our session because we wanted all our members to be on the same page and to grow together. And you have come here and helped us, and nothing is more grateful than this. And yes, I was a little bit nervous because I understand time is very valuable. And everyone has made so much of time, and I understand a lot of people might have other tasks ahead. But thank you for staying up. Therefore, I really get nervous and anxious when I see that there is a glitch here, there was so much of talking there, the power cut and everything happened today, and I was like all anxious, and also I said I had a caffeine overdose today. That could lead more to it. But nevertheless, I would ask our guest speaker today and accept our gratitude here. We can take a picture. Yeah.
This wasn't required.
It is required. Thank you. And we want more sessions from you. And for us, it is actually a masterclass. Please.
I think thank you so much, Invictus. The only thing that I can add here is that if you are able to add even 1 or 5% of whatever I have shared, I think that's something which is going to help you in the long run. Because my personal belief whenever I come on stage is that 80% of the success is showing up. Once you show up on stage, you have done half your part. Rest is destiny. Rest is like, I've heard the speech of Toastmasters Sangeet at division level contest, and the very first thing that caught my attention is through the way of the props. I still remember the two props, the black mask and the white mask, the transition of that. So when you're coming on the stage, make an impact that is long lasting. So thank you so much, Sangeeta, for taking it.
And for the props, I would actually thank Shraddha because a lot of our members are missing because many of our students are having exam. And thanks, Tisha, for coming. And Shraddha is also not available today. And she said that, Sangeeta, give a speech that people remember, no matter whether you win or lose or whatever, but give a speech that people remember forever. And that stuck with me. And I thought to bring a snake around my neck and as a prop. But then I also understood we are in a country where it might hurt a lot of sentiments. Therefore, I had to choose a prop that is best suited for everyone. And I would want to thank all the members who helped me to prepare as well. And now let's not wait any further because I understand we have to grab you and talk more about our club meetings. But and I'll also share your number with a lot of people and prepare to get spammed by us. Thank you. And let's go to our session today. The best speaker.
Kishan.
Thank you for making us laugh.
Now everyone will say, I don't bet.
Toastmaster Kishan always brings up something on stage that we can't even think of. Toastmaster Lach and a lot, like our members are the best. I just cannot stop talking about you all. Now for best evaluator, Toastmaster Tajinder, he is from Philippines and that's why he could not be able to be present here. That is why we have a hybrid club. But Yuvraj, you have to come to take your certificate. So it's Toastmaster Yuvraj. Okay, for best Ox role player, there was a tie between a lot of people, and just by one extra vote, it's Toastmaster Bhavani today. And for best two role players, again it was a tie, but one vote, and it's Toastmaster Shireen. Before we head on for a ritual of taking pictures, I would want to say one thing that I have noticed. These days we are getting more ties, and that shows how much we are improving. Because whenever we think whom to vote, and if there is a tie, for me it is a blessing. I can get more certificates no matter what, but this shows how much we all are coming together. If we have this dilemma, whom to vote, and with just one extra vote, if some member is winning, for me, all the members are winning at the same time. And thank you for contributing so much to our club. And Toastmaster, from next month, it will be Toastmaster Pooja and Toastmaster Subodh. I can see they are being so okay. And yeah, we'll have another Toastmaster as well. And let me share later. His sister is actually a division table topics winner, so amazing. And I will not say more because I have heard a lot of younger people complaining. Everyone talks about their eldest one. So I will refrain from that. But thank you all for coming and staying so long. Now let's have our ritual of taking pictures. Toastmaster Yuvraj, could you take pictures for us? So half of the members can stand there, half of the members can stand here. And a Toastmaster, you guys will take a picture.
How to take picture? I don't know. From where?
Be visible.
Toastmaster, man, can you help me how to take a picture?
Okay, this is Control, Alt, and 5.
Control Alt 5.
Yeah, I think so.
Also like print screen.
हाँ, print
Control print screen.
यहाँ से लिख
यहाँ
सकते
से-
हैं
yeah.
Okay. Are everyone okay?
Or
Not
just-
everyone is visible.
You'll have to go back. Yeah.
That is what current.
Aman, you are taking?
Yes, I'm trying to. I have.
Freeze हो गया.
I think this is the picture.
One person.
आ रहे? हाँ, 1% can go there. क्या है ना कुछ snippet पे होता है ना कुछ.
हाँ, snipping to भी है.
Yeah, we have got one.
We have got one. Let's take another. Whose laptop is this? This is Krishan's laptop. Krishan will have to share it to us. Untitled save कर दो.
Answer. Would you like to
Yes,
say
ही
the
रखो.
picture?
This one and print screen से नहीं हो रहा.
Screenshot. We'll go for one more. Ready? Everyone ready? 3, 2, 1.
And share it. WhatsApp पे आप share कर दीजिए, है ना? Okay. WhatsApp पे share कर दीजिए.
Screen है.
Paint.
हमारा भी पेज है ना.
Untitled save नहीं होगा.
Can't save this.
इसे ये एक काम करो, ये स्क्रीनशॉट लेके WhatsApp पे सेंड कर दो.
Just
एक
share.
drive open कर दो down.
Downloads are. Should I go to down? Okay. Yes. Yeah, thank you.
हो गया ना? या तो WhatsApp पे आप इधर
है
आके
WhatsApp.
WhatsApp पे आप शेयर कर दीजिए group पर.
Okay. I'm assuming like online members have also taken photo. Just as backup. Thank you everyone. Bye bye. See you next week. Bye bye.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
can
have-
also. We have to take another. This is
The offline.
part 2 of our